FM23, it's me, Matty G, here with Bop to the Top, Cheshunt Save. We'll get into a few things, but first, let's just have a quick look at the run of results we've had. So, last time you saw us out, we lost 4-1 to Salford in the FA Cup second round. Wasn't a great day for us at all. We popped back with a 2-0 win against Woking in the home game. Unfortunately, that was followed up by a 2-0 loss to York, where we played pretty poorly. But things started to pick up. A 4-1 win in the FA third round trophy. A lot of old players played in that game against Haywards Heath. Probably should have done a lot better as well. 4-1 against a team that's not even in the top 6-7 leagues. I'm not sure. Raymond Premier, something like that they play. Who knows? And then a 2-0 up win against Oldham, again at home. And then we go back to our very next away game. And it was a disappointing 1-1 draw. There's not really much we can say about that. But we've got a double header in this one. South Shields and Crawley. But first, lots of transfer information for you. Right, well here we go. First off, Noah Hay. He left for Brackley on loan. So he is out on loan. And then, 1st of January, lots of sales. We've been working on these in the background for quite some time. First off, Brad Burton went to AFC Wimbledon, 53k. It took quite a while to get that as high as 53k. A couple of failed attempts. You know how I like to do my business. It takes a while to build these up, and then you have to go back through it again. Sometimes it doesn't work. Brad Burton was one of those times. We got that up to about 85k, and the second time we tried to get it, it didn't get anywhere near. Did it a third time round, and finally we accepted 53. I didn't want to risk having to do it all over again. So, yeah, he's gone for 53k. Fred Bell did kind of not want to get rid of him, but he had a release clause in his contract, so he went for 425k in the end. Nothing I could do about that. Matt Worthington, he went to Bristol City, 120k. Someone who has offered us, we'll get to that in a minute, but we have been offered the job, or at least an interview with them. We'll get to that one. Noah Watson, Hearts came in, paid 97k for him. Again, that took a little while to get up that high. Initially, they came in with a £45,000 offer. As you can see, we've almost pretty much doubled that and then some. Casanova, Burton paid his release clause. 925k. It's all money in the bank, so we did really well there. Callum Elsey also went to Burton for 145k. That wasn't so much hard work. There was 3 offers, and Burton was pretty much the highest offer. I could have worked it out a little bit more, but he was kind of very close to the 1st of January when we got that deal over the line, and then we just had to wait for the first to go through. Tyreek Wright, didn't really want him to go, but 450k, we could probably replace him with a freebie next time round. So, yeah, he's out the door, he's gone. And then, last but not least, Jay Williams. I wasn't happy about that. That decision wasn't mine. The board accepted that one at 650k. Jay Williams is probably one of the fastest defenders you're ever going to see down in the lower leagues. He was fine, just being a bit part player. He was happy. Still had 2 years to go on his contract as well, so it sucks that we've lost him. But we've done some trickery and whatnot and got some players in as well, so it's not too bad. Elliot Samoas, free transfer. We got him early December. He is a left winger, a direct replacement, I suppose, for Tyreek. Not that we bought him for that reason. We got him in purely because poor old Seb Ferdinand was pretty much the only player playing out on the left, and he was pulling his weight, fair share of his weight, but we needed someone else to come in. So he's a good looking lad. Elliot Simones, let's have a look. He's an inverted winger. He's got his potential his role here is 3 stars. When we signed him, it was 4. Again, it's this weird thing that you sign a player and immediately the star situation shoots down. But plenty of speed. He's got some good technically. He's not bad on the attack, and most importantly, we signed him for free, and his value is 500 to 700k, and that is only going to go up. Well, I hope it's only going to go up anyway. Next up, Freddie Ball come back on loan from Forest. They accepted that. Now, every one of these that we sent out and sold, every one of these we asked for a loan back, and as you can see, we got 2. Freddie Ball, Noah Watson. Sucks. I wanted more than that. It is what it is. Another player that did come in today was Victor Adiboyojo. He's backup striker basically. He's 26 years old. He's on a bit of a money. His wages ain't exactly small, 500 quid a week, but he's got a decent heart shape. And it's just if I want to go, I really do want to try and go back to 2 up front. And to do that, we do need strikers. I am trying to get decent strikers in, but they are very hard to come by. This lad's an out-and-out striker. He comes from Burton. 15 goals in 87 appearances. He's not prolific, but he's got some aerial about him. And I think it'd just be good as a 2-man. He could probably play the supporting role rather than the target forward. But yeah, we've brought another striker. So that really concludes the current transfer business. On the incoming, we have made several offers. We're waiting on a work permit for Robin Mbien there. He really does look like a solid little player. 4-star, again, probably will drop to 3.5, 3-star. We're waiting on a work permit. Again, nice looking stats, especially as a striker. I know he's got him down as a winger, but the idea he'd probably be playing a striker's role. So yeah, you can see he looks really good. Check his positions he can play, they're fine. Advanced playmaker, winger. I mean, you name it, he can play it, especially in the old attack roles. Look at that. I mean, just get him playing there constantly. That, for me, he looks like one of the best strikers possible. Playing out on the wing, he's got 3 goals out of 18. So you can only imagine that's, I would say, that should be more 9 goals out of 18 if he was being played as a striker, in my opinion. So we're looking forward to this guy. Work permit is being a bit of a pain in the backside. I'm hoping he's get it. He was meant to be likely. It's one of the reasons why we went for him, but we've had this before, and we've still got 2 players on the books that are still struggling for work permits a year down the line that we've not been able to sell, shift, or get a work permit for, even though they, again, were likely. Miles Prunty. Yeah, we put a small little offer in for him. He's one for the future. 18-year-old Scottish striker. He's got an odd-shaped heart, but he's got a lot of aerial about him. So he's very much the second striker role, which would be brilliant for us. 33 appearances for his current club with 3 goals. As an 18-year-old, it shows he's not prolific at goal scoring. But the idea of the 2 strikers is you have one to knock the ball down, playing the Emil Heskey role, and then you'll have a quick lightning pace little fella, a bit like Jaden Williams, who's got bags of speed, to literally lock onto that knockdown ball and smash it in the back of the net. That's the idea behind the two-prong attack up front. And I think this could definitely do the Emil Heskey role, and at 18, it's worth a punt. 130k is the offer. We've got money to spend. Hopefully that's going to be accepted and we can move on from there. Another one that we're waiting on a contract for is Andre Dozzle, defensive midfielder. Again, 3.5 star. You know that's going to drop by the time he signs. They always seem to do. He's got this weird square shaped with no aerial. So he's literally a central midfielder, not really suited for the defensive midfield role. who needs to have a bit more aerial about him. But it's more for the playing forward role here. Just knock the ball on in the different directions. And the guy's got the vision and the technicality for it. He's physical, so he can hold off a few of the players jostling in midfield. And his mental's a little better than some of our current midfielders that keep kind of getting sent off. And lastly but not least, a young lad that's looking good. One for the future. Again, this time a left-sided defender. Bags of speed. I mean, extraordinarily bags of speed at this age. Left-footed. He looks like a good guy. 18 years old. We can get him over the line. He's definitely one for the future, and we'll bolster the squad. Again, we're not going to stop looking. We've got our scouts looking at all sorts at the moment, trying to bring in players. The problem is we are halfway through a season. There's not that many people around. So we're putting a small offer for this guy. Hopefully he can come along. So looking at the league table, we're currently 5th on 43 points, which puts us on the upside of this particular running. Literally, if we drop two wins, if we lose 2 in a row, we could find ourselves literally sliding down the pecking order a little bit. On the same in front, 2 more wins and we're up at second place fighting for the top. So it's all about trying to get some consistency now, something that we haven't had for a while. However, fingers crossed, shortening the squad a little bit could be key. It could bring a bit more stability to the squad. As you can see, the squad itself is still rather large. Lots of players in here, a few injuries. Here are the 2, Anson and Van der Hevel. They've not played a single game because of the work permit issue we've had with them for literally a year and a half now. So they're still here. I think if their contracts run down, we'll just be letting them go. I don't think there's anything we can do about it. If we can't get a work permit, we can't get a work permit. We do try. Now, Anderson and is it Antonsen? He has played international games. And I was hoping that would be enough to get him a work permit. He is also homegrown now, so I don't get the work permit issue, to be honest. It may be a glitch in FM23. Let me know in the comments if it is or if I'm just being an umpty. So here we go, first game of today. It's Cheshunt versus South Shields. Well, we made a full load of changes. Williams is starting up front for us today. Again, we're still going for 1 striker at the moment. You've got to bring everyone up to the tactical standards we need. And Benjamin is on the bench. He's only on the bench because he's played a lot of games, and just to give him, I'd say, at least the first half as a rest, so we can finish strong in this one. I'm hoping for a win. We all want one. Let's go out and get one. We've got the first highlight, and big looping ball over the top to Turner. I think the match speed seems to be a little quick for my liking. Let's turn that down. And here we go with a second highlight. McDonald, Rosniak, Harlock, Helm, playing a bit of nice passing game. This is what we like. This is what we're used to. Eco Scott. God knows what his actual pronunciation of his name is, but I love the fact I call him Eco Scott. And there goes Williams through. Jaden Williams, maybe this is the reason I'm playing him. Maybe it's a stroke of tactical genius on my part. It's not, it's just I wanted to give my main man a little bit of a rest, but it's worked out beautifully. Third now with a long ball over the top. Williams using his pace to burst through, slots it in the corner, and he gets his 9th goal of the season. Jaden Williams, you're doing a bit better. You should be better than a 2-star. Last season he was our star man. This season he's dropped quite a bit on that rating front. So first 10 minutes with 1-0 up. I'm not really going to say anything to the squad. I think it's not doing too bad. I'd like a few more shots on target. Possession is brilliant. We're over 60% possession all the time. Although they have a free kick, they're curling it towards goal. Slightly over, untroubled in the keeper, although the keeper didn't move. That is worrying. Their defence, some of their defenders are starting to tire pretty fast, which is great for us. I think what I may do is I may go to positive for the last 15 minutes of the game. Well, the first half anyway. And just see if that has any knock-on effect with the squad. Shout a little demand more. Some of them are going to get unhappy with that, but I think just get a little bit of demand in there. Last 4 or 5 minutes, can we do something with that? Get a highlight? Anything? Doesn't look like we're going to. Nope. Done. Almost. So that's the end of the first half. Yeah, we dominated that first half. We should have had more goals. So I'm going to jump into the tactics screen because we do have a couple of yellows and there's no sense in getting sent offs. So we are going to do some changes. We'll leave that one just there because I'm going to take Rosniak off for Casey. Swap Harlock back into the DM role. And then McDonald can come off for Duzdek. There are our changes. We've got one more change we can make. I think we're going to hold out for now for that though. And here we go with the second half. I've got one more change to make. I was thinking honestly of bringing the main striker on at some point, but with the 1-0 up, Williams scoring, that may not be my I may not decide to change it. We're playing a little bit positive. It could be risky. But their defenders are still tiring. Their midfield is still tiring. We could do something here with a ball. Are we going to get a highlight at all? I may need to just give them a little shout. And I'm going to demand a little more. It's a risky strategy at this point. 75 minutes in. I'm holding out using that last sub. I'm looking at my fitness levels of players and I'm not liking how many of them have suddenly dropped to the same level. But we're going to keep them going as long as we can. Williams didn't get... Oh, that was a poor pass to him. Intercepted Brown on the ball. Ferdinand over the top towards William, using his pace again. Beats one and the keeper. It's his second goal of the game. To think I only put him in to give the other striker a rest. And he's banged in 2 goals for us. I feel a little bit bad. Poor old Williams. Nice goal though. Very good goal. Ferdinand again with the assist, knocking it over the top. Williams using his pace. Beats the defender and the goalkeeper with a sweeping outside ball into the near post. Weren't a bad goal at all. Very nice. Tight offside, my back end. With less than 5 minutes to go, Harlock's on a yellow card, so we're going to swap him for Chaplin. Pure reason, I don't need any sending offs. So he's coming in to fill that role, just so we don't get a player sent off in this one. And that has been confirmed, that has gone through. Blue, yep, lovely jubbly. Couple of minutes to go, comfortable 2-0 win. And finally another clean sheet. It's about time. And I love the greens. Williams played brilliantly. Ferdinand should have got a higher rating than that, I think. He played brilliantly. Gibson, as always, solid and reliable. And the back line, can you argue with that? It's tough to swap certain players out when the back line is constantly performing. We're becoming a solid unit now. I mean, I'm bragging about this now, and the next game we'll go get hammered or something. And with that win, we're up to third. 5 points behind the leaders, 3 points behind second place Yeovil. It's getting interesting. We could possibly mount a title push, which would be, well, it would be brilliant. I think it's safe to say we've avoided relegation. My worry when I started this season was possibly being a relegation battle. As it stands, I am quietly confident that we are going to finish in the top 10, and I'm getting more confident where every win that we're going to make at least the playoffs. At least that's what I'm hoping. Crawley are the ones to beat though. They seem to be starting to pull away a little. So Ali has they offer 13k for Marisid Ali. It's been accepted. So yeah, it's time to get a bit of a negotiation on. Hopefully he's going to accept that offer, and we do have another one. Oh yeah, we're liking this. Our 130k has been accepted. Nice. And we've got something else there. What is that? Wigan have paid Cheshunt 50k as part of Harry Ransom's transfer deal. he has played 5 league games for Wigan. Oh, I didn't even know we had that as a clause. Bonus. Ooh, pleased to announce that plans are in place to improve the club's youth facilities, which allow us to move up a youth level. This upgrade is expected to cost in the region of $2 million. Oh, I'm glad I sold so many players now. The construction will work begin at the end of the season and is currently scheduled to be completed by May 2025. The club are really getting up there, aren't they? We'll have a look at the facilities in a minute, just to see where we are at the moment. On further news, Bristol City interview unsuccessful. I'm not surprised. I said some pretty nasty things. Bristol City board have informed you that having carried out an interview process, they have decided against offering you the job. The board were satisfied with the plans you put forward. They shouldn't have been in your interview, but ultimately decided that you weren't the right person to take the club forward. Frank Lampard is Frank Lampard. Well, there you go. Frank Lampard is there got the job. Now, Frank Lampard is back in management with Bristol City. There's some news I didn't think I was gonna be reporting on, but there you go. For all you football fans out there, Frank Lampard has a job. So, current club facilities. Let's have a look, shall we? Well, we're currently at Boreham Wood at the Meadow Park that we're renting at $24,000 a year. Not exactly sure when we're going back to our actual home park, but there you go. Yeah, the interesting thing we have is we've got fairly basic corporate facilities. I didn't know we had any. I'm assuming that's because we're at Boreham Wood. The training facilities are adequate training facilities. Is that our training facilities, or is that the ones at Boreham Wood? Someone will have to let me know there. And youth facilities are average youth facilities with a youth level of 3. I'm not sure if that's because we're at Meadow Park at Boreham Wood or not. Junior coaching, average academy coaching, youth recruitment, fairly basic youth recruitment. So that's where we are at the moment. But how does that work when you're at a different stadium? It's something that I don't know much about, I'll be honest. Oh, here's another one. We have just been offered an interview for the Reading job. The Reading board have invited us to attend an interview with them as they wish to discuss the possibility of becoming their new manager. The board have been very impressed with your great performance at Cheshunt, which is why we have identified you as our top candidate. One of the reasons the board have decided to offer you an interview is because they feel you would be an acceptable fit for the club's vision for the future. This is mainly as a result of your strong commitment towards not signing over the age of 30. The interview will give the board the opportunity to discuss the ambitions, plans, and more details so we can reinforce our belief in your suitability for the role. Reading. Do I want to go with that one? I've turned down quite a lot of jobs. Reading are currently in the Sky Bet Championship and they're 8th. Wow. Why did they get rid of their manager? Interesting. Let's have a look here. Players, senior squad. Not that I can see much. Let's go by position. They have a fair few players in on loan. The top goal scorer only has 7, and they're 8th. That's intriguing. Average ratings. Tom Ince is still there. Wow, I thought he would have retired by now. On first impressions, they've got a few players that have got good consistency forms, and they've got some players. The squad depth's not bad, but that's not counting the fact they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loanees in. Carl Darlow's not a bad goalkeeper, although his form's starting to dip. They play a 4-4-2 formation, so nothing too fancy. May take them a while to adjust to the way we like to play. Sammy Barbrook, Tom Galvey's the only two that really stand out of those. I mean, Luke Cundall's not a bad player. Lots of business going out, but most of it loans. I mean, they spent less than 20k and they've loaned out and they've got 46k. Doesn't look like they're going to have much of a 350 per week. I mean, the training facilities are excellent. Finances are secure. I don't want to leave Cheshunt. I don't want to leave Cheshunt. But I'll attend the interview because it does intrigue me, that job. It's a big jump though. And we better move on to the match. Oh, we've got so many good news here. Masood Ali has accepted. We've accepted. That's done. That one's over the line. Brilliant. McBearner, his work permit's finally been permitted. Beautiful. So we can go ahead and accept that. If we continue now, we should be able to confirm all of them. And there's a confirmation. And as I suspected, look at that. He's dropped already to 2.5 star. Potential Sky 1 League standard. Fantastic. We like that. Training position. For some reason, they're not focusing him under anything. Not sure why. Maybe because they've stuck him in the under 18s. They sometimes do that. We've also confirmed Rob Member, who has... Oh, this is just not even funny. He's dropped from a 4 to a 2.5. That's just not right, that ain't. And looks like Putney's set to sign for us as well, so let's get that one over the line. This is the young striker from Scotland, so we've got him over the line, coming in. And, yep, he's dropped as well. Why do they all drop? I don't want them to all drop. Yeah, just get him to say welcome to the club sort of thing. So yeah, he's joined. He's great. He's going to be good. I'm hoping he's an exciting prospect, one for the future. Hopefully we're going to leave. If we do leave and we get the job at Reading, we'll be leaving this club in a decent position. If we take one quick look at the finance screen, after the £2 million spend on the upgrade of the training, is it the training or the youth facilities, one of the two, there's still 800k in the bank. And obviously we've still got 800k as a transfer budget. I mean, that could be wiped out by the club at any point, which is fine. I don't mind if they did do that. We've still got a very healthy wage budget, probably one of the highest in the leagues at the minute. Income this month, 3.2 million. Expenditure, including obviously the 2 million building work, 2.1. So we're doing all right. I think the club's quite secure. We've don't think we've got any real debts and loans. Apparently we do. They were taken out long before my time. Yeah, 2 loans there. Remaining 50k on each of them. They pay 2.8 per month. So they have a transfer debt as well. I have no idea why they've got a transfer debt, but they do. Hopefully we can even get that out of the way for them. At least that's what I hope. So we've been saying next match. This is the next match. We've been putting it off as best we can because we don't want to say what it is. Yeah, it's top of the table. Clash time. Crawley Town. We've been trying to keep as many people fit as we can for this game. It hasn't really worked out as well as I would have liked. However, Benjamin starts fully fit, fully capable. The defensive lineups had to change due to fitnesses. Scott remains. We've got Casey out on the far right. McDonald is playing in centre with Chaplin. Kite is the holding midfielder. Duzdek is the midfield attacking role. On the wings we have Simoas. I think it's Simoas and Messalena, I believe it is. And then Helm as the counter-attacking midfielder behind the front man. Yeah, let's get in with it. And here we go. They've drawn 1 in their last 5, all wins. And Forbes is on the bench. So they've swapped their goalkeeper around today. We've lost 1 in our last 5 and drew 1. So we are the weaker side on paper. We're in 3rd at current. Beating them now would go a long way to that. It'll put us in 2nd place and 2 points behind. It's a big one. And I wish I had more of my players playing in this one. But here we go. We're going to go for it. Straight off the ball. And it looks like, yep, they have the first highlight as Bahati is down on the wing. They're playing passing football. This is going to be a passing football game. Who's got the better game or the better attacking team? That was a blistering shot from distance. Thankfully it came to nothing. Maybe it was a shot across the bow for us, a warning shot. We are away after all. Our XG is slightly climbing. We've had 2 shots, both off target. We've all committed fouls. We've only got the 1, they've got the 2. Possession, we are leading the charge. And passes complete, we're leading the charge. So where's our highlights? Benjamin knocks it on. They're going to try and get it clear. Simone's picks it up on the far left. Passes 1 infield. Helm on the penalty area. Dinks it in. Benjamin's there! Oh! Keeper with a very late diving acrobatic save there. It was almost like Benjamin couldn't get his foot on it, miskicked it, and the keeper did a Matrix style slow-mo save at the last second to keep it out. Unfortunately it didn't go in. Could that have been our golden opportunity? If this ends 0-0, I will be cursing that moment. Eco score with the throw in to Kite. Back to Eco Scott. Crosses it in. Benjamin's there! Goal! Omar Benjamin, the Welshman, getting it in off his head. Oh no. How's he offside? See, gone are the days where the advantage went to the attacking team. That's just ridiculous. Shouty, demand more. I should praise them, but I don't want their heads to drop too much. Helm loses out. They're now on the attack with Edwards running down on our left flank. There's 2 of them there. Watch for the overlap. He cuts in, curves it. That was a tongue biter there. They're now starting to come out the gate. That was a really good effort from him. They're pushing forward, but so are we, and they've got a corner. I thought it was one of ours for a second. Header comes in, heads it wide. You can do that all day, my son. I don't mind you heading wide. We should be 1-0 up. Technically, we should be 2-0 up. That goal should have stood, and the first time, that first shot Benjamin had should have gone in as well. He's playing a 6-point sit, and it's half time. Let's have a look at the tactics here. We've got no one on the yellow card, although Helm is played well, but his fitness is starting to dip. I'm thinking possible bringing Ferdinand on the right, but do I hold on? Do I hold out? I'm going to hold out for now, I think. I'm going to hold out for now. I'm happy with that. I'm proud of everyone that keep going. We can win this. We're going to say we're going to hit the target more often individually. Can I give him a little bit of advice? Outstretch pump fists. You can still improve. He's very motivated. Come on, Benjamin. Let's go, boys. Eco Scott's on the ball. He's running it down the left. He's really played well today. I think every time I've seen a ball going in the box, Eco Scott's been around it. Benjamin walks on to Simone. I don't think it would have counted. The line was up. It could be a clear-cut chance all you like, but I'm pretty certain he was offside there. Benjamin with the header knocked down. Yeah, I'm pretty certain he was offside. It was a clear-cut shout, so we're going to demand more. I should be praising them, but I want to keep them on their toes. I want to keep them playing. It's very honours even. Look at the stats here. 8 shots, 1 on target. 7 shots, 1 on target. We've got the XG, but it means nothing. We've had 0 corners. They've had 2. It's time to make a sub. We need to take Hamill off. We're going to bring Ferdinand on. Dusdeck's on a yellow, which is quite worrying. We really don't have too many players that can come in and play there, so we're going to swap him for Harry Kite. Then bring over Donald. And then I'm going with Lewis Brown. He's a bit knackered already, as you can see. But he's the better out of the 2, and he normally plays quite solid at the back. As we do, Eco Scott is looking knackered. I think he may be the last man to go from today's game. We'll wait till about 75 because he's played really well down on that left. Yeah, about now, hopefully, we've got scored. Yeah, Golden's there. Struggling to meet the pace of the game. Oh dear. Right, that'll be our last change. They want to take Benjamin off. We've got no subs left. Brad, Hughes trying to keep the defence less knackered so they're capable of defending. And they're doing a well job there as Melbina gets the ball away. Kite knocks it over the top. Ferdinand's going to latch on into Benjamin. Yes! This time it's got to count. There's no offside flag. And we're 1-0 up against the league leaders with 11 minutes to go. I got to stress not to freak out. Do not freak out. Do not go ultra defensive. Do not go mad. You cannot change a thing. They're knackered and you're knackered. Keep the game ticking over. Keep the game ticking over. We've got 4 minutes of added time. Keep calm. Don't change a thing. And we won it. We won it. And I tell you what, we deserved that. We really did. Greens pretty much across the board. Ferdinand came on, did an absolute solid. He was the assist maker there. Eco Scott played pretty well. You look at the XG, we were very close together, but we were the better side. Cheshunt played better. We were the better side, and I'm very impressed with that result against the top of the table team. That was something I didn't foresee. Yeovil Town obviously won their game. They're now gone 3 points clear of us. Oh, darn it. So even though we knocked Crawley off the top, we just replaced it with someone else. We didn't get any closer. We're still in third. We're still 3 points from whoever's on the leadership. It sucks. It really sucks. I did not see that coming. Still, it was a 1-0 win. We're all level on games there now. The only one who's got a game in hand is Wrexham. Let's say they win that for argument's sake. That puts them in third and us in fourth, which probably is not so great. But we've beaten South Shields. We've beaten Crawley. I don't know who's up next for us, but we're looking good. If we can keep this run of wins going, score a few more goals than the odd one, so we get a much better goal difference, that would be sweet. So, yeah. Hopefully, the next time you see us, we're not going to be in Reading colours just yet. But who knows? I've been Matty G. You've been brilliant as always. And this one has been a barrel of laughs. Until next time, peace out.